Now playing. Get ready for the family reunion from hell. From the producers of the horror classic Evil Dead comes a brand new nightmare and the scariest installment yet. After her husband's mysterious passing, a widow seeks comfort with her in-laws in their secluded cabin in the woods. But as they one by one turn into something much more sinister, she discovers that every family has its demons. Evil Dead Burn. Now playing only in theaters. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent. Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have trusted Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. Just tell Progressive what you want to pay, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Visit Progressive.com to find a car insurance rate that works for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
Send in the clouds.
I had two very strange dreams in a row about the same thing last night.
Oh, yeah?
About being kidnapped by people that don't have any control over me. Tiny Indian men.
Tiny
Both
Indian
of the times
men?
it was tiny Indian men.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you watching Gulliver's Travels before you fell asleep?
Oh, no. I was, I remember I had fallen asleep in the lobby of a 7-Eleven.
So they were just trying to get you out of the 7-Eleven.
Please go. And I'm just like, this is my home.
Right,
This is my home.
Everywhere there's a slushie, there will be I.
You said I get free refills, and I'm not done.
You didn't buy you didn't buy any soda, so you're just stealing the soda.
Well, forgive me to be forgiven. I didn't know that was a circumstance of the contract I was supposed to sign.
Welcome to the show, everyone. That's Marcus Parks. I'm Ben Kitzel. It's 2014, and we're joined by Thief. Who is he? He's Baby New Year. That's great. Half aborted Baby New Year. Can't you believe it? The abortion didn't stick. Unbelievable. And how do you feel, half aborted Baby New Year? Your mother didn't win. You fought your way out of that disgusting cavernous pussy, and you're here to save America. Well, isn't he adorable? With all the phlegm and the blood there.
2014's gonna be a good year.
It's got to be better than the last one. No doubt about that.
Holy shit.
Well, we are going to continue on discussing.
We're back, though.
We're back. And,
yeah.
And you know, honestly, we missed you. 1 week off is too many weeks off.
Mm-hmm. Christmas fucking blows.
Christmas is awful.
I understand maybe you like Christmas. But guess what? Yeah,
Sure.
I guess a lot of people, it's like when you have a toothache and you stick your tongue deep in your own cavity and
it
you're like,
hurts. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's why you like Christmas.
It's like when you have your third burrito in a row and you're like, oh, my tummy hurts, but you have to have it.
Is a diarrhea fucking milkshake. I hate that fucking holiday. I'm glad it's over. Fuck Jesus Christ. Fuck his fucking birthday. Hail Satan.
Well, let's not judge people who might enjoy a nice diarrhea milkshake, though. We're open-minded here. If you're into the diarrhea milkshake, we're
it's
all
so good to
for
be
you.
back. I hate December. Everyone's just all like,
Yep.
oh, I'm Jesus. Oh, I'm presents. Yeah, you gotta help people.
I think they focus more on the presents.
Yeah, they do.
That's why Christmas
Absolutely.
is such bullshit.
People are fucking animals during Christmas.
But speaking of bizarre fetishes, such as a diarrhea milkshake, if someone likes to slam one of those down. Part 2, John Wayne Gacy. Is there...
Wait a second, I hear something off in the distance.
Oh, my. Dad?
Is it a flute?
Pointy shoes?
A man is emerging through the mist.
A thin man?
No. He is round as
Round
a
man.
stack of marshmallows.
Oh, my.
Pointed hat.
Who is he? Who is he, Henry?
I can't see yet.
Wow.
Aren't we a pair?
I see him now,
This is
too.
longer than I thought.
Yeah.
She's doing this slow.
Slow
She's
singing.
eating up attention. This is Babs, right?
Yeah, this is Babs.
Miss Streisand.
Wait for it. Send in the clouds. John
Wow.
Wayne Gacy's back.
John Wayne Gacy. Introed by Barbara Streisand. Well, the world is complete. 2014 has already beat any other year in the history of the world.
So, as you may recall from our previous entry into the John Wayne Gacy part of last podcast,
Yes.
we ended with John Wayne Gacy popping his chair.
Yeah, popping his old killer cherry. It was quite a cliffhanger.
Absolutely. I guess the big surprise was it says turn to page 58. It was like, and then he wrestles the boy, turn to page 58. Goes back
58
to,
of
then,
your book, the John Wayne Gacy book.
Yeah. You
Written
flip
by,
to-
what's the name of the lawyer again?
Yeah, Sam Emirante.
Emirante.
No, you cut to it's choose your own adventure. You get to that. You choose your one adventure, and he came his pants. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, you're trying to, that was just a long way
I
of
was
saying
trying to
John
say
Wayne.
he came his pants.
Yeah, well, what Gacy said following the first murder, this is in an interview after his arrest, back before he was saying that other people had committed the murders, he said, "When it was all over, I looked down at the pants he'd worn to bed. They were covered with blood, but with something else, too. During the struggle, I had experienced a powerful
Nutella.
sexual release.
Yeah.
That's when I realized that death was the ultimate thrill."
So it sounds like that is death, the ultimate thrill.
Yeah.
It sounds like he didn't realize that he ejaculated.
Can you imagine?
Can you secretly come?
I imagine it's more like you're stabbing, and going, but you don't realize how hard you were, and then it's just shooting out of you in ropes, right?
Right.
That's how I imagine it always. Like when BTK came over that little boy, I always imagine him just going like,
Arturo boy.
oh, and like just shooting fucking spider webs all over.
Yeah, like a little silly string can that never runs out.
Yeah.
With the miracle of the silly string. I'll remember that Halloween
I can't
forever.
believe you got this ammonia scented fucking silly string for my 7th grade birthday.
Just
You
keep on
fucking
huffing it,
bitch.
okay?
Gacy said when the guy first cut
I'm
his
so
arm.
hungover, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We all are. All right, this is New Year's Day. But Gacy said when the kid first cut his arm, because he got into a bit of a struggle with him.
Oh, the kid didn't want to get raped and murdered?
No, he did not.
He didn't want it.
He did not.
He woke.
Typical rebellious youth.
What was his name again?
His name was
He had a good
Jack,
dead boy name.
Jack McCoy.
This is what I'm saying.
And John Wayne Gacy referred to him as the Greyhound busboy
That is disgusting.
because he had picked him up from a Greyhound bus. The
Jack
actual
McCoy.
scenario was Gacy
Right.
was at a New Year's Eve party with his wife. He got wasted. He got bored. He ran over to the Greyhound bus station. He picked up this kid, Jack McCoy. He was on a sightseeing tour of
I can
Chicago.
only see him all
Right.
tan with that like half open 70s shirt. You see his collarbone. He's like, "Gee, mister, I don't know. I'm only 15, but I guess I can go with you. You look respectable. You say you're a cop."
Well, I told you I was drunk anyway, so that's worth something. It's Chicago. I mean, what could they have possibly done at this New Year's Eve party that wasn't going to bore John Wayne Gacy?
Yeah.
I mean, the man just wanted to go rape and murder a kid, so you could have had strippers, you could have had midgets, you could have had the Wolf of Wall Street scene where they're throwing little people against a dartboard.
Well,
and
I
you'd
bet
be like,
he had
"Nah."
already burned through a chunk of the dips.
Right,
as
yeah.
well.
Well, thank God John left. There's still a little guacamole I might be able to get on my chip.
Well, when the kid, and so they go home. They probably just have a blowjob, something like that. The kid wakes up
They
the
just
next
have
day.
a blowjob, like it's a cup of tea.
Just
let's go have a blowjob.
Yeah. All right, how do you like it? One lump or two? Yeah. You know?
So Gacy wakes up the next morning. He said that the kid stayed in the other room. You ask where was his wife? His wife stayed at the house of the people who were having the New Year's Eve party.
Being a real bitch.
She was wasted.
I mean, just being awful. And the kid shows up at the door with a knife in his hand. Gacy freaks out immediately. He tries grabbing the knife from the kid. The kid slices him on the arm. Gacy said that he, quote, felt a surge of power from my toes to my brain.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And he grabbed the knife from the kid, sat on his chest, and just stabbed him in the chest over and over and over again. And that is when he went to the kitchen and saw a couple of eggs cooking and
Bacon.
an unsliced side of bacon.
That's
and he
right.
realized that the kid was just making him breakfast.
He was the
Right.
best prostitute in the tri-state area. Can you imagine you were a prostitute? Not only did you blow a 50-year-old
Sure.
man, but then you made him fucking breakfast?
Unbelievable.
That's incredible.
Above and beyond.
No, Gacy was only 30.
What?
Yeah, when this happened, Gacy was 30 years
He's
old.
always kind of had the look of a 50-year-old.
That's the thing.
And it's just like this woman, was this dude like a former like bellhop at the plaza?
Yeah.
Like, you just know how to take care of the customer?
I mean, did the kid tell him? No, I was just trying to make you bacon and eggs. Nah, I've heard that before, kid.
I'm making breakfast.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I'm making fucking breakfast too. I'm making raspberry jam, you bitch.
Yeah, you're the jam. My nuts are the raspberries.
And Jack McCoy, he was the first kid to go into the crawl space.
So, which, there's got to be a first for everything. He's a real pioneer, a real Jackie Robinson of the crawl space.
Yep.
So this party, what we learned from this New Year's Eve party at this point is John Wayne Gacy left halfway through because he was drunk, bored, and ate all the food. And then his wife got so wasted she had to stay overnight. And as she was staying overnight, he murdered a kid.
Yeah. This is great.
We shouldn't have the Gacy's over for New Year's Eve anymore.
In fact, John Wayne Gacy's very first murder happened 42 years ago today.
That's right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. Is that appropriate?
No.
I don't know sometimes.
Again, murdered the boy and put it with the crawl space there. Okay, so we have our first kill. John Wayne Gacy is officially losing his mind.
Well, now he discovered just, this is exactly what we talk about. This is the ultimate deadly mistake. This is him finally tying murder to his sexual impulse.
Right.
And it's going to be the only way he gets off from here on out. Can you imagine? 'Cause that's a part of it too. Because I bet during the mixture of all of these, which is kind of crazy when you go through the Wikipedia page of his murders, it is so long because you forget it's fucking 33 separate ones. And they have all the bodies. It's not just a bunch of no names.
Only 25 were identified.
I mean, then there's the countless other ones that could have happened. Never mind probably the countless other rapes, the countless other sexual assaults. And I bet there's probably a couple in there of him just trying to get a blowjob. Like literally just being like, I got this kid from the Greyhound. I'd love for him to just play with my nuts for an afternoon and hopefully that gets me off.
Right.
But I bet by that point, it doesn't even make you come anymore.
It is a pretty bad oozy surprise when you realize murdering a child makes you come. I would not be thrilled with that new information. I would much prefer to
I don't want
feel
anything
really bad about
besides
myself.
just having sex with a normal human make me come. I'd be upset if filling a car with gas made me come. If I stuck my fucking pipe into the goddamn the gas hole. And, I'm starting
sounds really erotic.
I'm starting shooting all over my pants. Now I can't just go to the fucking gas station anymore.
Right.
Because every time I go to the gas station, I'm hard as a Christmas fucking angel on top of a tree.
Right. Well, I don't know what kind of family you grew up with, but our angel was always very soft.
What? It didn't have a big
flaccid.
hard...
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
See, I have an angel atop my tree that has giant leather bat wings. They came from real leather bat wings, and it's got one of those weird druidic sharp erections on the front of it.
Ooh. Yeah. And that's kind of interesting.
My dad sucks it. That weird?
No,
real weird.
That is, everyone has a different Christmas tradition.
We're Polish.
Yeah. So. That's a Polish thing. Yes.
So 4 months after this, John Wayne Gacy, he goes out, he finds a kid, he tells him, hey, I'm a cop, get into the car. He handcuffs him, and they talk for a little bit, and Gacy said, what's it worth to you to get out of this? And the kid says, I don't have any money, I can't do anything. And he said, would you suck my dick?
Oh,
absolutely.
That's when Gacy takes the boy to the restaurant where the boy worked at 3:30 in the morning. The kid had keys, forced himself in. They were in the bathroom. He was still handcuffed. Gacy punched the fucking kid in the head over and over again, but the kid managed to escape. He ran down the road. Gacy bumped him with his car, and then which this happens every once in a while. He just lost interest, and the kid got away.
He's also hard on went down, and the fantasy is broken.
Yeah.
Because he's so deeply involved in his fantasy of he's a cop, that all this is real, that
and the kid didn't respect
hard-boiled graphic novel sex fantasies.
Yeah. And at some point, the kid doesn't respect him. He punched him multiple times in the face, and he couldn't knock him out, so he felt like a bitch.
Yeah, but that kid went on to make How to Make a Deal for NBC.
Which is a fantastic
because they talked about you pick and
show.
Choose what you have to do. It's about negotiation.
And at some point when you're driving down the highway, the kid's outside of the car. He's fat. He's tired. It's probably 4:30 in the morning at this point.
Absolutely. He's hammered.
Fuck it.
I guess
always drunk.
Yeah, what does he give a shit? Yeah, he's just well, I guess I'll go drink some more and stick my dick inside
I'm running out of gas. Better go breathe in the gas tank a little bit.
Yeah. Just go down and look in a crawl space for a little bit at a couple of dead naked boys. You're fine. You'll get a fix.
And if you ask, okay, so this boy got away. He wasn't actually murdered. Why wasn't Gacy put away for this? The kid did go to the cops.
May I ask?
Huh?
Why wasn't Gacy put away for this?
He wasn't. The kid went to the cops, but for some reason at the time, the court system so overworked that Gacy slipped through the cracks and he was let off with a warning.
The irony.
What do you mean a warning?
A warning.
How do you warn
Don't
somebody who
rape and
just
kill any
attempted-
more kids, John.
It's just because you're getting it all the time. He was already arrested for sodomy in another state. There are countless other kids which we're going to go through that he raped and then got away.
Yeah, well, at that time, the states didn't really communicate with each other because he had been charged with another assault just a few months after he got out of prison. But because the two states didn't communicate with each other, they didn't have a VICAP system at that time.
There was a time in America where state lines actually meant something.
Yeah.
Like, you literally could rob a bank in Illinois and drive over to Chicago and just flip off the officers as soon as you cross the state line. You'd be like, well, you can't touch them.
Yeah.
What Gacy,
different times.
What actually happened in court is that the charge was reduced to the status of stricken on leave to reinstate. This meant that Gacy had been issued with a warning, and that if he were brought in front of the courts again, the charge would be reinstated.
And then it makes you wonder why people believe in the conspiracy theories that our government actively participates in gigantic pedophile rings. It's totally true because it's like you're covering all these dudes. You keep covering them. You cover the priests. You let the priests get away. It drives me nuts.
Well, the Catholic Church is a whole nother situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, there's a bunch of pedophile rings, and those have been proven right with the federal government. Although I don't know if John Wayne Gacy was really allowed into the club.
So let's go into the stats. Let's get into these big time stats.
Do you think that when John Wayne Gacy killed the kids, he put them in the crawl space? Did he ever go down? Do we know? Did he go down?
I think he
post-mortem ejaculate?
I think that he did not do any of that.
So
I think
different than a Bundy.
It was once the process. He was a process guy, not a product guy.
Yeah, he's what you call a power control killer.
Yeah.
He was the type of guy. He's a lot like Bundy, in which he's very calculating. He's very intelligent.
He was more like BTK too. He's closer to BTK.
He does
where
seem
killed him.
but he seems like a mix of the two in a lot of ways.
He just didn't really play with the bodies.
What a lot of power control killers have, it's kind of two different two different categories, which is where Bundy and Gacy kind of diverge. And that Gacy, a lot of power control killers, they keep the bodies of their victims either in their house or in a safe place. So Gacy, what he would do is that he would keep the bodies usually under his bed for 24 hours or more, either in the bed or in his closet, like he did with the second victim.
About it.
Or after that, he would bury it underneath the house. Whereas Ted Bundy would go out. He had his little special place out in the mountains.
Which he'd have his playground where he'd go out and be like, la 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 la, and they're all having a tea party and all singing about how he should kiss the girl. Like Little Mermaid over there.
Yeah, exactly.
So his second kill was 2 years after that last. He waited 2 years before killing another person.
Which is, again, a first instinct of a serial killer, doing is the cooling off period. That's the first thing. He is getting right into it.
Right.
Yeah. But at this time, he still does live with his wife. And that's another question you might be asking, is that him and his wife didn't get divorced until 1976.
They agreed to not have sex anymore.
Well, I'll get to all that.
Sure.
Yeah. So they got divorced in 1976, and by that time, Bundy Gacy had only killed.
You fucking idiot, Marcus! This guy got this. He's fucking confusing John Wayne Gacy with Ted Bundy. You fucking idiot! You fucking moron! Bundy would go and fuck the victims after they were dead, Marcus. You fucking idiot! Come on.
So at this time, he had only killed 3 kids before him and his wife got divorced. But during this whole time, he was fucking his employees. He was fucking the kids. He was a contractor.
Right,
he was bringing his wife said that he would come home late at night with the headlights off in his car, and he would go straight into the garage, which his wife was not allowed into. However, one night she did get a key to the garage, and when she went in there, she found that there were mattresses on the floor, red lights plugged into the walls, mirrors on the ceiling,
cool,
and she could smell a sweet, sickly odor coming from underneath the house. And the reason why that was because John Wayne Gacy's third victim, he murdered and buried in the garage.
Well, he identifies later on by spraying the body form onto the pavement of the garage of how the body was laying underneath.
If you're John Wayne Gacy, though, you could easily just cover that up. I mean, what was this, the 60s, the 70s?
70s, 1975.
The 70s? So he's just like, I don't even know the reference is 10 years beyond that, but Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue.
Yeah.
He's just living a rock and roll lifestyle.
I'd be different if I feel like you kind of have to balance that sex room where it's it's got to be a sex room and then have a gigantic Pez collection in there.
Definitely.
I don't want anyone to go in there and mess up the order of my Pez collection.
And when you open up the Donald Duck Pez, the entire room switches around into the sex dungeon. That would be ladies, if you are dating a man and you are not allowed into a wing of the house or a room of the house,
murdering leagues of humans.
Bunches and bunches of
Absolutely.
people.
You were saying Ariel Castro, same thing, at a whole back room.
That's
They're
right.
like, no, you can't go in.
But it's part of the house that we're in. Why can't I just go into that?
No, back room. You go in back room. I tell you to the police.
What changes? What
You
changes?
don't go back there. No room for you.
There's no room, but there's it's pretty much a mirror room
for
to this
you.
room.
You keep talking. I tell you English to ball.
Well, you know what? I'm suspicious, but it's going to be another 9 years before I say anything to the cops. So that's fine.
Oh, Henry, you were saying that him and his wife had agreed not to have sex anymore.
Yeah.
The expanded truth of that is much, much more fucked up.
Oh, I can't imagine. It's not like they're not doing a fucking, I don't know what a good couple is anymore.
It wasn't a Denny's morning breakfast where there's like, let's just agree not to have sex anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, John. I
He
think
would
that's fine.
allow
What's
it-
his wife's name, by the way?
Carol.
Carol. Okay.
Yeah, so
I
he,
have an Aunt Carol.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And an uncle.
Kevin, who is the same house that I was talking about. Interesting.
All right.
Let's
Very
keep going.
interesting.
Yeah.
So Gacy would lounge around their bedroom completely naked, just masturbating to gay porno mags right in
hell
front
yeah.
of her.
Why not?
She would find semen-stained silk male underwear, like little bikinis. She found some behind her bedroom dresser,
Oh, my
others
God.
under her bed. They would be out at a bar, and Gacy, he would comment on, quote, a guy's tight ass. And he
Nice
would
tight
openly
ass.
describe the type of thing, the type of young man that would turn him on.
I mean,
This is
at
my
what point-
question. It's like, why does he keep denying he's gay then?
Right.
Well, he's not denying he's gay. He's saying he's bisexual.
No, but then he says he's no fag, he's no fruit picker.
Well, of course,
Well,
because
that's just
if
his
you
father.
still have sex with women, then
But he wasn't having sex with women.
But he was married to a woman.
yeah, exactly.
So by the- in the eyes of
are
the
you
law-
trying to find logic in John Wayne Gacy's
difficult to do.
explanations?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
It's almost like he's a lying, manipulative sociopath. Sociopath.
Call me a squirrel, because I'm covered in acorns. That's right. So many people are focused on where their money is today. And Acorns is the financial wellness app that cares about where your money is going tomorrow. Let Acorns work for you. You put acorns in the ground and you're going to get trees tomorrow. That's right, investments. And with the Acorns potential screen, you could find out what your money is capable of. I always do that. I'm like, I want to invest in something that I like. Let's say cheeseburgers. Okay? That's kind of hard to do. Acorns will help you find a cheeseburger that is right for you. So sign up now, and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment. Wow! Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $27 billion with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/left or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 2 compensation provided. Potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings. Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/left. All right, I know what you're thinking. I like to go banking, but I don't want to give to these big old banks all the time that cater to the 1%. Well, go ahead and get yourself hooked up with Chime. It's banking built for you, not just those rich jerks. And they got thousands of fee-free ATMs because why pay to get your own money? Chime is working for you, man. You get your Chime card, you're going to get travel perks, you're going to get into airport lounges, you're going to get those chicken thighs. You know, every time I go to an airport lounge, I get chicken thighs. And you know what I say whenever I see a plate of chicken thighs? Give me more. Chime's going to get you those chicken thighs in these lounges, all right? Sure, they could serve other types of meat, but why would you when chicken thighs are so delicious? Chime is not just smarter banking, it's the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today. Head to chime.com/left. That's chime.com/left. It only takes a few minutes to sign up. Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services for Chime Card provided by Chime's bank partners. Optional products and services may have fees or charges. Stated cashback for Chime Prime only. No minimum balance required. For more information on travel perks, go to chime.com/disclosures.
It's obvious we love true crime, but it does make us feel a little paranoid about what's out there, as it should. And that's why it's so important to get a home security system that gives you peace of mind. With Simply Safe, you can stop crimes before they even start using their AI-powered cameras to identify threats on your property and alert US-based live agents to take action. Like arriving in a helicopter in the night, coming down from the helicopter, zipping down and breaking through the windows with their big axes, and going through the house, ripping through the walls, finding the criminals. It's easy to do. Simply Safe has been a game changer for us. And the best part, there's no long-term contract. We've used it since the very early days of Simply Safe here at LPN, and it keeps us safe, doesn't it? It keeps all of our thoughts inside the building. Then there's the ones we let out because they have to go out because that's a part of it. But Simply Safe keeps the other thoughts safe. And for that, we say thank you, Simply Safe. And we want you to experience the same peace of mind as we, which is why we've partnered with Simply Safe to offer an exclusive discount to all of our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/LPOTL. That's half off at simplysafe.com/LPOTL. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
You know, I want to see the conversation where Carol fully realizes that she's married to a madman when she's like, I know, Becky, your husband's always leaving the socks around. John is always jacking off to gay porn in the bedroom. You guys, you girls know what I'm saying. And we're like, no, Carol.
No. Oh, you never went into his red light room where he's got the mirror ceiling and he's got all the boys in there?
So you're allowed in the garage, too, of your house?
Yeah, absolutely. It's where we keep our car. What do you keep in the garage?
I don't know, but there's always a chainsaw sound thing going on in there, so I just figure he's trying to make some tables or something like that. You know, he's always been a kind of a handsman, a woodsman.
You know what the final argument was that caused them to have a divorce?
What?
They were arguing over the checkbook.
That's the problem.
Finances always gets in the way.
Women.
Every time. Money.
That's why I can't fucking tourniquet, rape, and murder these fucking women.
God damn it. Do you have any idea how expensive duct tape is?
But that's why I was saying the same thing where it's like when you see these little telltale signs of him taking the body, putting it under the bed for 24 hours and putting it into the crawl space, all of these things it's almost blatantly symbolic. It is making your bed back again, taking the body, putting it underneath it. It erases the whole thing from your memory. You look at it and be like, nothing ever happened in this room. Yeah, and then you take the body, you blank out, you take the body, you dump it into essentially what is symbolically your subconscious. It's like you the fucking basement of the house. Like if you imagine the house like is your life. You just took all that fucking bullshit, you buried it in a fucking dirt ass basement so that you'll never have to think about it again, and it didn't happen.
And that's interesting that you bring that up. So it's where his second half lives.
It's where Jack Hanley lives.
This is similar. Marcus was telling me before the show. His father used to get wasted.
Well, his father used to get wasted and was extremely abusive. Yeah. His father used to get wasted in the basement, and he would talk to himself in two different voices.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah. So it seems like that's
and and it could be.
Yeah. Do you think John Wayne? You think our son John Wayne is going to be a bit of a queer later on, Leslie? Oh, I don't know. I hope not. There's nothing I abhor more.
You're a fag, Leslie. You're a fag, Leslie. Hey, Dad, why is half of your face bloodied and beaten? I had to beat the gay half.
I had to beat the gay half.
But that is true. But what is that symbolic nature? It's like the tooth fairy. You put your tooth under your pillow. Like, there's a lot of situations. Why do you put something underneath a bed or underneath a pillow? Like, where does that come from?
You forget about it. It's just deeper and deeper and deeper. Each one's a layer deeper. He forgets. Yeah. He can allow himself to forget, as we're going to see.
Because Dahmer kept them all in the bed with him.
Yeah,
Dahmer cuddled with him.
He was up in his crimes. Again, this is a product killer. This is a guy who wanted the body. So it's like he's here, he's fucking with the body. It's about the body. It's having that type of control. This is Gacy living a fantasy to its end, and when the fantasy is played out, it's done.
Done, right.
Yeah, it's not a sadistic thing. It's a control thing. It's a power thing, which of course plays into his relationship with his father. Because it could be said that Gacy, when he murdered, he was his father. He was that strong,
Big,
domineering figure, and he was killing, a fruit picker
in an ironic kind of way. Yeah. He's making his daddy proud.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I'm a man now, Dad. I'm a man now, covered in blood.
That's all a kiss. I hear those words coming from Kissel's mouth, and I just see him. He's just covering a fucking spare rib with sriracha.
Oh, and so much mayonnaise. Yeah. Love it.
So him and his wife, they get divorced in 1975. She lives in the house until they get divorced in October 1975. She lives there until February of 1976. She moves out, and as we said with BTK, this is when the ball game explodes.
Yeah.
Right. This is when his killing spree
because
goes
now
into
it's finally
overdrive.
He got the hall pass from his relationship.
Right.
He's wearing fucking, Hawaiian shirts and like neon sunglasses everywhere, just being like, hey,
Future's so bright.
I'm on a bit of a honeymoon with myself, if you know what I'm saying, everybody. It's like he's enjoying himself. He's letting loose.
That's the bizarre thing. I mean, you could make a strong argument that his wife did keep it together.
I don't think he kept
as much
kept
as
it
No,
together.
she did not keep it together. She was
she
just
kept him
hanging
from.
on.
Yeah, she kept him from
Going
living
nuts.
the life that he wanted to live.
Yeah.
Typical
women
Another
holding
woman.
a man back.
Unbelievable. I don't want you to go murder all the boys.
Yeah,
you
well,
would,
I'm
Carol.
gonna do it.
Yeah, Carol. I fucking smelled
And
you
I
in the
couldn't get a hot
garage.
tub either.
Yeah.
So within a month of his divorce, he abducted and killed an 18-year-old kid named Daryl Sampson. 5 weeks later, he kills Randall Reffett, a 15-year-old kid. A few hours after he killed that kid, he killed another 14-year-old Samuel Stapleton, and this is what he would call his doubles.
The
nights.
doubles. Yeah, double nights.
Doubles night.
Yeah,
like
doubles
he's
night.
playing dice.
And it's very interesting because now they talk about too. I was watching a doc about Gacy, and they were saying that where it's you watch a serial killer get cavalier over time as he kills 10. The first 5, he's super cautious. Then he kills 10, and then he kills 15, and it's 20.
When it goes
And
back
each
to
time
that
he's just
Bundy quote where it's like, sometimes you just lose the screwdriver or whatever. It's like,
you can't remember where you put the wrench.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about his doubles nights is that he would always bury them in the same grave. Every other kid,
'Cause that's one scene.
Yeah, it's one scene. Every other
Right.
kid got one grave, but the doubles always had the same one.
Interesting.
Like, they would be
Forever.
buried on top of each other.
But then there's also stories where I was reading afterwards. There was some evidence that he had some conspirators. That there
Yes,
were
there
people
is.
that he worked with. There were boys that were like 16. There was quotes of them saying something. Him saying something that's like, "You want me to bury him like I did the other 5?" And that that he may have used his secret on people in order to, and then they probably just ended up dead.
Well, here's a murder. There was a murder that happened when Gacy was out of town. It was proven.
They said yes.
Yeah, it was proven that Gacy was out of town at the time of the murder, and it was said that one of the guys that he worked with, he gave him a signed painting. He gave him a painting after he was in prison, and it was signed. If you must reap the field before you enjoy the harvest.
Are you telling me that everyone that works in construction
Could be a pervert.
is
And
is
not
that
only,
possible?
And not only that, one of John Wayne Gacy's employees went on to become one of the Chicago Rippers,
Really?
which was a group of
See, this is the thing because they were having some naughty fun back there. They had there was some
Right.
consensual stuff happening in that fucking red light room. There was stuff that was happening all in the basement. They were doing stuff together, and then you have one gigantic secret, and then your boss is going to tell you as soon as he includes you on the secret of help me bury these bodies.
Right.
You know for a fact you're going to probably end up one of those bodies unless you help him.
Yeah, you better
could
help him
go
to that point.
You could go to the police, but you've watched him not get caught by the police for fucking a decade.
One of the
I would
kids
say this is-
one of the kids completely admitted to the police that he dug holes in the basement, and he
Well,
said
he
that
did that. He
spread
contracted kids.
he spread quicklime, but that kid didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
That kid, I think that was David Cram, who was David Cram.
These are some McCoy, Sampson, Cram. Some good names.
So on August 21st, after working for Gacy for about a month, Cram moved into Gacy's house. The very next day, Gacy,
kid, you want a
That's the thing.
promotion?
Oh,
You want a
yeah,
promotion,
exactly.
kid?
I mean, he didn't even wait. At least you could have let him gotten used to the house for a second.
Right.
Well, the very next day,
I would love to see Gacy just in a Febreze commercial. You know that commercial where they have everybody blindfolded? And you're like, what does it smell like?
It's like you can't even smell anything at all.
It's like
it's just like those blindfolded people
exactly.
just walking into a crawl space full of dead bodies.
It smells like a botanical garden in here. Well, remove your shades. Botanical gardens, Febreze.
See Pogo. He's just like, he's dressed as Pogo. He puts the rope over the neck and like tightens it. Febreze.
And that was the last day I worked in marketing. So,
well, the day after David Cram moves in, Gacy gets him drunk and says, "Hey, you want to see a handcuff trick?"
Of course,
Oh, yeah.
Always with the tricks.
However, the kid survived it. He overpowered John Wayne Gacy.
Because he was an all-state wrestling champ.
That's right.
Yeah, this kid, he had spent a year in the army.
Oh, this was him. Yeah, he kicked him in the face.
Yeah, he kicked him in the face, freed himself from the handcuffs, and he didn't move out after that.
Can you imagine this?
Well, he knows he can beat the shit out of him.
But
so
this is just how deep like the boys being boys game goes.
Yeah.
Where
Right.
it's like you could sit and like you've made grab ass so fucking normal to all these dudes. It's like we don't touch each other when we hang out. I don't
No.
try to grab your balls and touch your penises.
I did
when
take
you're
some
awake.
Molly the other night, and I felt like I got too handsy with Ed, but he's so soft. He's just so. I just wanted
He's
to.
just like one big tit.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, yeah. And then I looked at his face. I was like, that's a beard. But if I just like close my eyes, it's tit. It's a big tit.
But just somehow managed to look at the sides of his head. He has long hair, and maybe it'll be a woman.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like, is it a beautiful woman or an elderly lady? Like that, the illusion picture.
So about a month later, Gacy shows up at Cram's bedroom door, and he was definitely intending on raping the kid. And
he's hammered. Yeah,
he said, "Dave, you really don't know who I am. Maybe it would be good if you just give me what I want."
Woo!
So Gacy tries to assault him. The kid once again fights him off, and finally he gets the fuck out of there.
Yeah, you gotta
but
go.
reports nothing to the police. He's had two assaults and one
Plus,
attempted
you
rape.
implicate all these kids in other shit. He told,
Yeah.
like they
'Cause he'd always get 'em
weed
high,
together,
yeah.
all the weeds around, all the other shits around.
Right,
and he's just
right.
being like, you tell anybody about this, and I will tell about all the shit that you did in my fucking basement.
That is the ultimate irony and the conundrum of most of the
He built
of the
his
prison
own
population. I mean, of criminals. If you tend to be doing something kind of illegal yourself, if you
Yes.
see something super illegal go on,
Yes,
and the
So
justice
you're-
system has
you're
no sympathy on
trapped.
you. Exactly.
Yeah, you're totally trapped in the whole thing. He built his own hall of secrets. He did it perfectly. That's
He did.
what he wanted. He
And
did
if you
what
could have
H.H.
one
Holmes
kid-
did,
Right.
but he did it with people.
Yeah.
And if you can have one person dig a grave and throw some lime salt or whatever on a body, that person can no longer say anything about you.
Yes.
Because they'll go to prison for life.
They'll go to yeah, exactly. They're done. You're an accomplice.
So after this, he just goes on a bigger killing spree. He killed 2 kids in one night in October 1976. He starts killing more and more employees. He kills a kid named William Bundy. He kills a kid named Gregory Godzik. And a lot of the reason why he got, like I was reading about this thing that made a really good point
Was
about
Ted Bundy known at this point?
Ted Bundy?
Yeah. Because William is all. Ted's are
I don't
also.
have my phone
This
on
was
me.
around the same amount. I think this was after Ted Bundy.
I wouldn't be surprised if he killed that Bundy just to kill a Bundy.
No,
Just to let him
you
know.
don't even think about that. I mean, he's so ashamed to have ever been lumped with Bundy and Manson.
This is at the
That's
same
true, yeah.
time as Bundy.
Okay.
Because Bundy's spree was from 74 to 78.
What a time in America.
Oh, boy.
We want to talk about the fucking, the mental eggs that were dropped by the fucking MK Ultra chicken in 1950 finally coming to roost.
It sounds like you sound like Jesse Ventura. It's an accident.
Well, if you want to talk about a fucked up mind, we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but Gacy said that all of these crimes were committed by Mad Jack.
Yeah,
Mad
Jack Hanley.
Jack Hanley, which is he got those cop credentials from a detective he knew named Detective Jack Hanley, and he would pretend to be Jack Hanley. He'd tell when he did his
Okay.
cop act, he would tell them that he was Detective Jack Hanley.
Well, he was obsessed with Jack Hanley because Hanley was everything that Gacy was, and he was muscular,
Right.
he was confident, and he hated gay people.
Yes.
He was one
Right.
of those guys that just like, boy, I hate them fag. Like,
cop who like whacked on dudes with fucking long hair.
Yeah.
Right,
you'd see
right,
like
right.
some skinny kid with long hair, and he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
oh,
and-
he loved that,
and you gotta
because it
make-
made him hard as the Dickens.
So and that was the man that the alter ego was based off.
Yes,
Yeah, it was based on Jack Hanley.
So who's the worst person?
Ooh, Jack
Is Jack
Hanley?
actually
I would
worse
say
than-
that John Wayne Gacy is worse.
Is worse.
I think John Wayne Gacy is the bad
it
one.
seems like Gacy just saw the things that Jack had.
It was
in
all
his-
a lie. No, but that's a lie.
That's all lies.
It's all a lie. All
Yeah.
of this, the whole Jack Hanley thing, he said this after the fact, after he'd confessed to fucking 15 different people, after he finally broke down. We'll get to that point. But yeah. he this was him trying to save his own ass. This is one of like the 9 different ways he was just like, I'm a schizophrenic. I didn't do it. I only had
Right.
knowledge of 5 of the murders.
I got type 2 diabetes.
What?
I got type 2 diabetes.
Oh, he had diabetes. There's no way a man with diabetes could ever commit these crimes.
Oh, so you hit me
pass
because I'm
out.
fat? You hit me because I'm fat? Is that it? No. There's 25 children in your
No,
cross.
just watch him get killed now, and that's what everybody. If he got caught now, everybody talking about. No, they're being fattest. Boozabell, whatever it is for fat people.
Boobsabell is one of my favorite fat websites.
So in 1977, in January, he killed a 19-year-old kid named John Cizik, who was an acquaintance of 2 of his former victims.
And this is a guy that also provided a great deal of evidence for the police later on because they found John Cizik's ring in Gacy's desk drawer, and they found his TV.
I thought you were just
was
going to
also
stop like
in his
in
house.
Gacy. They found his ring
Up
in Gacy.
inside of Gacy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the kid was going to sell Gacy his Plymouth Satellite. But Gacy, of course,
beauty.
Now
did
that
the
is a
rope-
beaut. Now I could just tie a kid up and rape a kid in that car. That is a beaut.
And of course, Gacy did his rope trick on him, strangled him, and buried him. This is the only time that he buried 2 separate murders together. He buried Cizik with Godzik. He dug up the grave of Godzik, put Cizik on
Because now
top
he's
of him.
running out of room.
Well, not only is he running out of room, but they were friends. Like, they've got some sort of connection to each other. So in his mind, they belong in the same grave. In fact, in his mind, he was probably thinking that he was doing them a favor.
Yeah.
That he was being sweet with the boys.
It's because these are all his checks and balances.
Yeah.
Guys like these have checks and balances. They really believe. Well, it's like, they're runaways. They're asking for it. No, they were trying to pull one over me. I got to validate it. He validates it, and then he does other things. He's
Also,
like,
like
I help the community. I do all this charity work. I work for I work for the fucking Democrat Society.
Yeah.
I do all this shit.
Right.
So I'm
that kid
allowed
would
to
have
do
gone out
anything.
and killed somebody else if I didn't kill him. That kind of But when he was killing, were these his employees? These 2 kids?
A shit ton.
One of
He
them
was.
2 of those, the 2 kids, Butkovich and Godzik.
Bukovich should have been a linebacker
It's
for the
Chicago,
Bears.
Chicago. They're all
Bukovich.
Polish.
I know it.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
from
all
the area.
Yeah, all Polish kids. Those 2 had worked for him, but Cizik was just a friend.
And was there any time where any of his employers or employees were like, "Hey, buddy,
Yeah.
so where are the coworkers?"
I had wondered about that because there were quite a few employees of his that went missing.
I bet at the same time, though, we don't know all the stories. I bet you could probably, I could imagine that these are kids that started asking questions and started disappearing.
Right.
And then I imagine that as soon as people started seeing the fucking pattern of like, Gacy's kind of weird. He's obviously weird. He's not, he doesn't hide it well. He thinks he's a fucking maverick, but he's not. And it's like, you noticing your coworkers aren't showing up for fucking
John Wayne
Friday
Gacy-
night, fucking bowling night. You know something's going on. And you usually get to a point where it's like, you just know that if you say something.
He just started calling his construction company like the People's Republic of the John Wayne Gacy of the construction community, and everyone's just like, "Oh yeah, don't ask questions." To Kim Jong Gacy.
When Cizik disappeared, this is once again a failure on the part of the police department because they had told the parents knew that Cizik was going to Gacy's house to sell him the car.
Isn't this the case you want to solve? If you're a cop, isn't this the case that gets you fucking paid?
They're not
gets you in the
putting
papers?
any of these together because
they
a
don't
lot
care.
of these they don't care. These kids they're the same type of kids. They're the reason
They're
why
15-year-olds.
They're the reason why a lot of serial murders get going for the longest time is because they're killing what is known as the less dead.
Yeah.
Like the people who are dead, they are less dead. A runaway is less dead than a college girl.
And go back to the Grim. What is it? The Grim Sleeper. Of course, who
Because
killed black
also
prostitutes.
just what it
They're-
looks good on a like it's like, and it's fucked up. What looks good on a newspaper, like especially Ted Bundy's happening at the same time. You got all these missing co-eds go up. These hot chicks on the front of the newspaper.
Yeah, you have a
with
Spectre
this lurid
situation.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like people are excited about that. With this, it's it's construction workers going missing, and it's tied to a guy who's like, I mean, who knows? It's like half a lie and half true how much clout he had, like Gacy had with the state and like being a politician, a friend of a bunch of cops. He's got his hand in 9 different fucking pots. It's hard to catch somebody like that because everybody's willing to keep a secret just to keep the status quo running.
And honestly, nobody wants to think that they know a killer. Because it sits sort of poorly on yourself.
On yourself, because you didn't see it. You know, it's like if you're that person's wife, you didn't see it, or you know he's being weird.
I mean, they should have got the fucking hint when Carol slept over on the goddamn New Year's Eve party and he dipped out to go pick up a boy at the Greyhound station.
Interesting thing about Carol, in winter and autumn of 1977, they started dating again.
You see,
they got back together?
They got back together, and he was temporarily engaged to another woman earlier that year.
Do we know what Carol
in 1977,
like?
He's got money.
During his fucking worst phase, he was still dating
I
women.
guarantee he was exceptionally charming and happy.
I don't think he was charming or happy. I don't think so.
I bet you he could turn it on over a Ponderosa steak
This
dinner.
is when Pogo the Clown was at its height.
Yeah, but
like,
I don't
in
think...
the community, he was fucking awesome.
But I don't think he was I don't think he's charming. I just think he has money. He looks like he could take care of you. If you're a desperate like person who has kids who needs to be like needs someone to come and be the father of your child, yeah, he's a big fucking asshole. Yeah, he's a big blowhard again, but he's got a shit ton of money and he's willing to dump it on me.
Well, keep in mind, though, too, the idea of masculinity in the 70s and certainly in the 80s was being a big, loud,
but he's not even.
asshole.
But he's not fucking you. He's not fucking you. John Wayne, you're going out on dates with John Wayne Gacy. He's probably kissing you.
But that's
like
because
he's
he
kissing
respects
a
you.
mannequin.
That's because he respects you so much.
I guess does that work?
I think so.
You mean to tell me? I like ladies that tell us the same thing. It's like you would not be able to know if a dude. I guess he could have been the ultimate liar.
Ladies who have dated a gay man and later you found out he was a gay man, how did he act? Let us know. cavecomedyradio@gmail.com.
And the subject is the ultimate betrayal. Ultimate betrayal. Subject that to Cave Comedy Radio. Love to hear those stories. Every woman has one.
Oh, yeah.
Every chick that I know has a story where she dated a gay fella at some point.
Yeah, but you know, it depends on whether or not you kind of half know it, or they're a great liar, or they just like physical contact.
If I have a daughter, I pray to God that her first boyfriend's just a raging homosexual until she's like 25. You know, that's fine with me. No problems there.
On December 30th, 1977, he has what is the first of 2 assault and releases. These aren't kids that he was trying to fuck up and they somehow got free. These are kids that he abducted, raped, beat, and then released.
Just so strange to me.
There's so many strange things
because he
about
just
him.
doesn't care because now he doesn't care anymore. He's again, and I honestly, I think that what we've known about this man is that it is quite possible that it's all because of the fact that he's running out of room in his crawl space. And I think he's starting to look at it because he looks at things with a weird sort of practicality.
Yeah, he does.
So I think that when he did, I think it's literally he's like, well, I'm about to enter my crawl space, and I can't be killing all these kids, so I'm just going to rape him and only scare the shit out of him, and he'll just disappear.
It also reminds me of that song, "The Thrill Is Gone." I feel like he's like done with it. You know, he's like, he did the whole thing, and I feel like he's...
if B.B. King had heard that. I feel like if that sentence got to him...
That's what the song is based off of, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, no?
What, raping and beating and a boy and letting him go?
Oh, not all songs are about that?
No.
Oh, I'm just projecting.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You know, I rip around in the bed. You might actually not be surprised by this, but I'm a restless sleeper. I roll back and forth like an alligator with a wounded deer. But something's changed in my house, and it's thanks to Bowl and Branch. You know, people keep their bedding way longer than they should. It's because people are afraid of change. Not me. I burn my sheets once a week, but I don't need to, because Bowl and Branch's signature organic cotton sheets, pillows, blankets, and comforters are all designed to be breathable, incredibly soft. They get better over time. Start with the signature sheets. You're going to buy 2 sets so you can rotate them. Come on, you're going to want to. The moment you get into bed, you'll notice the difference. I know I did. I just got fresh from the bath. I was fully lotioned. And sliding into those sheets kind of felt like, to be honest, I felt like the luckiest pasta filling in the whole world. All right, they're really good. You will like them. You will feel like a brand new laid chicken. Which is, we're all going for it. Just trying to be a hot chick again. Sleep cooler this summer with Bowl and Branch during their annual summer event. For a limited time, get 20% off site-wide at bowlandbranch.com/left with code LEFT. That's Bowl and Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/left. Code LEFT to take 20% off. bowlandbranch.com/left, code LEFT. Exclusions apply. This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. You know, stigma shows up in a lot of different places. I know I had to explain to my handyman about the devil imagery in my home. I had to explain that in our home, El Diablo es bueno. And he reluctantly agreed. I think largely just because he was in my home and he was scared. But over time, he began to see, the devil can be my amigo. See, even in 2026, stigma can get in the way of a lot of things, right? My handyman almost didn't put up my floating media cabinet, right? You got to get support for your mental health. Maybe you've encouraged friends to consider therapy while avoiding taking the first step yourself because you're busy, worried what others will think, or telling yourself you should handle it alone. No, you need a team. Get therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform. Give me a space to slow down and talk through what's building before it feels unmanageable. Says take a short questionnaire to identify your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will handle the initial therapist matching work for you. Their industry-leading match rate means BetterHelp typically gets it right the first time. Feel confident knowing BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of ethics and are fully qualified. So don't let hesitation hold you back. Find support with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/lastpod. That's betterhelp.com/lastpod.
It's summertime, baby. And you know what that means. You're going to go to Quince and you're going to get yourself some new clothes. Something happened to me by accident recently. I had a nice little Quince mistake. It was Father's Day and we wanted to get Julie's dad something nice. So naturally we went to Quince. We looked around and we were like, oh, look at this 100% organic cotton mesh stitch button-up sweater polo. I think Bob's really going to like this. So we get it and we buy it. And then you know what happened? A little fudge, a little mistake. Accidentally sent it to our house instead of Bob's house. Julie's like, oh, I'll just get a refund from Quince and we'll mail Bob another one. I was like, oh, okay, that sounds nice. But, you know, maybe I should just see it first. She pulls it out. I was like, whoa, look at that. It's like a button-down polo with nice little holes in it. It's breathable. It's not bad. You know, I think I'm going to wear this to Jazz Fest this weekend. Wore it to Jazz Fest. Got 3 comments. One was by a lady. Not bad, Quince. So get your hiney over to quince.com and treat yourself good and feel good. Look good this summer. Make your summer wardrobe easier. Go to quince.com/last for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. It gets hot up there. That's QUINCE.com/last for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/last. Look like a prince in your Quince, you jerks.
I mean, if we're looking at a serial killer escalation here, he did actually start escalating with this because he didn't just strangle him. He raped him. He tortured him with different devices. He dunked his head into the bathtub until the kid passed out, and then he revived him.
Right.
But the kid was in such pain. He asked Gacy, he was like, just get it over with. Just kill me. And Gacy said, I'm getting around to it.
So he's got a little David Parker Ray thing going on here.
Yeah, and then after that, he just drove the kid back to where he worked, removed the handcuffs, and then released him. The kid goes to the cops. They bring Gacy in, and he said they were having, quote, slave sex, but everything was consensual.
And then that just blew over their heads like they didn't even give a shit.
Yeah, and the police just go, all right.
You're having slave sex with a 16-year-old boy, and you're a fucking full-grown man?
The kid was 19.
But exceptionally similar
I'm sorry.
to...
Well, I'm saying it's not illegal.
Right, but exceptionally similar where it was illegal in the Dahmer case with the Filipino boy. And the cops were like, there was something back in the day where when cops heard of gay sex...
It's boys being boys.
It's boys being boys, but it's also gay sex. And cops are just like, we don't deal with it.
Yeah.
It was too gross to discuss.
It was like gay sex was its own punishment.
Yeah, exactly.
He
got tortured enough. That's fine.
So the second one is this kid named Jeffrey Rignall. Gacy gets him into the car. Gacy chloroforms him. He rapes. He tortures him.
What kind of torture was he doing?
Lit candles.
Okay.
Some of the victims were, after they found some of the victims, some of them were found with prescription pill bottles shoved up their asses. Yeah, really
And these
weird
were
stuff.
these were plastic pill bottles or
Yeah.
glass? Okay, plastic.
So
It makes it better, I think. I mean, really, if it was glass, that'd be.
What? No. I mean,
They
it
used
would
to give-
actually probably be better if it was glass because it'd be smooth.
never did break.
Yeah, but
Then
he
you die.
wasn't trying to do that. He was just trying to fill it up. Oh yeah, I'll make it gape.
Talking about diarrhea milkshakes again.
Oh, gape it up.
Gape it up.
Absolutely, no,
Gacy
I'm
it up.
sitting on an orange right now.
Oh, that's
Oh
something.
yeah.
Well, you got to
I'm like
have
a little
lunch.
chicken. I hope it hatches.
So Gacy dumps this kid after he chloroforms him. He dumps him unconscious. The kid staggers to the apartment and he goes to the police. And he's only got little bits and pieces of what went on because
Because
he
he said
fucking
That's the thing,
chloroformed.
so
he
he's
was
drunk,
MK
right?
Ultra too.
Yeah, he was absolutely chlorinated. So he had little bits and pieces. He remembered a highway off ramp and he remembered the car. So he went back to the highway off ramp. He staked it out until he saw Gacy driving by in the black Oldsmobile that he remembered from the night.
Yeah.
And he goes to the cops. He says, "This is the guy." And the cops do arrest him and finally charge him with assault. Finally. And those charges.
This is all sitting
Right.
around on him. So then he
Yeah.
He gets released on bail and he's walking around.
Yeah,
And
the
so this
charges
is-
the charges were pending when he was arrested for murder. But Henry, I think what happened next really does lend some credence to what you said because yes, he was out of room and he did attack and rape these two boys, but to no avail because this is when he starts dumping bodies in the river.
And that's what he's finally doing. Like, well, because now he's just not getting his rocks off because he's not killing these boys.
Yeah.
So
None of
he
his
has
boys,
to go back to it. So he starts dumping in the river, which is just nuts.
Yeah, he dumps 5 kids in the river and Gacy's very last victim. And the reason why Gacy got caught because he killed someone whose family loved him.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, this is what men like Gacy don't understand. It's just like what he was doing. It's just like, it's, you're not the only human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These people are connected to
No, but
other
Gacy
humans.
was smart. He did seem. I'm sure that Gacy knew.
All these people
the
had
kid
families.
That had,
The Zick kid had families. The families were looking for him forever. The Butkovich kids, parents were looking for him forever.
no one's listening to Pa Bukovich. No one wants. No one cares.
But it was
no families with any power.
Yeah, no families with any power. But this kid, he was rich. He was definitely from a place of power. People were able to, and for the first time, he slipped up because people were able to put the kid with Gacy the night he went missing.
Yep.
The kid's name
Right.
was Rob Peist.
So he finally abducted and killed the wrong boy.
Exactly. Like he found a kid the kid was working at a drugstore where Gacy was contracted to do work. Gacy saw him and fell right in love with him.
Immediately.
absolutely. At last, my love has come along.
You ever notice the butterflies that just showed up in the store? That guy seems to be really smitten over
I don't
there.
know. John Wayne Gacy's talking to a squirrel, saying that he's found his perfect boy.
Bizarre.
I don't know, but he says he's going to do all these counters for $75.
So Gacy, he approaches the kid and he tells him, "Is like, hey, listen, I'd like to offer you a job at my company. I think you're the type.
Right.
I've been watching you work all night long.
You're just the type of tight, big chest, long, blonde haired, just kind of boy that I just want to.
Well, what's your
bald?
Oh, what's your company all about?
Oh, fuck the company. What did I say? Did I say I want you to? Yeah, I want you to work. Yeah, you'll come see. You'll see. Just come on.
He already has a job. This kid.
He already has a job, but
He's a headhunter.
yeah, but
He is a
but PDM
headhunter.
contractors.
He is a go-getter. I mean, he is definitely a go-getter. What's interesting, Gacy, he does go out sober and hunt. I mean, Dahmer would only go out after
Dahmer is a
24
whole different.
blasts.
That's why I have sympathy for Dahmer, because Dahmer was just fucked for life.
Right.
Where it's like Gacy is a predator.
Right.
He's a true predator. He's the worst type of monster.
Yeah.
So he brings Rob Peist back to his home. He's like, you know what? Just come on over to my place. I need you to sign some tax documents. I need you to fill some stuff out. And you know what? And it was Rob Peist's mother's birthday that night. And he said, you know what, Gacy, I need to get home. And what did he say, Henry?
Oh, just like, but there's something I love more than my mom, but when it really comes down to it, I just need a new kind of job so I could get that new Jeep I've been wanting.
Oh my
It's
God.
just like, it's going to take some money. I bet the extra $3 an hour is going to be just the type of thing to help you get your Jeep.
I'm actually kind of sold. I'll take the job too. Can I
He
have
says,
it?
you know what? What better birthday present to your mother than to come home with a new job?
Brand new job.
Brand new job.
So Gacy gets the kid into the house. He offers him a beer, and then of course
one thing leads to another.
Naturally.
And what that led to was the rope trick. The rope trick came out, and Gacy strangles the kid to death. And the next day, of course, this kid came from a very close-knit family. It wasn't like him to stay out late, especially on his mother's birthday.
Yeah. This poor mother, by the way.
Oh, God.
That's awful. That's awful news to find out on your birthday.
Terrible news. So the boy...
It's the worst, probably.
So the investigation...
He got a job shining harps in heaven.
Oh, well, now I feel better.
Well, I guess they don't need that cheap at all anymore, Beethoven.
Thank you, John.
What was that? I can't hear anything. Tell me, am I playing the piano?
Beethoven in heaven is really just as crazy as Beethoven was on earth. Weird.
I hope I'm making good music.
Beethoven is the last time they gaze in heaven. They're like, no, Jesus. After that Beethoven guy came in.
Tell me, young Roberts, did I fart?
Yeah, you did. Heaven smells like hell right now. Thank you.
I felt a bit of a vibration in my buttocks, but I didn't hear anything.
The
Only Americans in heaven from now on, okay?
The investigation against John Wayne Gacy begins on December 13th. They get a search warrant for his house. They find a 1975 high school class ring engraved with the initials JAS, various driver's licenses, handcuffs, a 2x4 with holes drilled in the ends, which the 2x4, by the way, he was inspired by Dean Corll, the Houston serial killer who killed 28 kids
and by this
between
point,
70 and 74.
Also, the cops are all over his fucking ass now because kids are disappearing. Cram came forward and was talking to the police. They're starting to put things to two and two together.
Finally.
Once Robert starts going, once Robert goes missing, they know that he was that Gacy was the last one to see him.
Well, the most damning evidence they found with that is they found a receipt in Gacy's garbage.
Well, we find out because
a receipt for photography from a girl that he liked.
Yes,
that
from Peist, one of Peist's
from a
friends.
Peist girl. They talked to this guy. They found a receipt. They went and they had a different name on it, and they went and found the girl, and she said that she liked Robert, and she thought if she put the receipt in his parka, that would give him a reason to talk to her. Yeah. So they knew for a fact he was there.
And so Peist is actually the only person, the only victim so far. That I see as an actual human in a weird way because he has a girl who loves him,
There's
a mother
who's
who's celebrating her birthday.
But I think
the cops kind of felt a similar way.
A lot of these people did. It was just the fact that this was the first one that it finally
dawned on people.
It just finally happened. It finally cracked open, and now he's getting the tail. Cops are tailing him every day in a 24-hour surveillance.
Which this is the height of Gacy's arrogance.
Power.
The power and arrogance.
He just starts hanging out with them. They start coming over and hang out in his place. He starts taking them out to dinner. Just basically because it's more self-delusion. It's more like being I can friend my way out of this. I can hand my way out of this. They can come out. We'll have some dinner and some beers and some drinks, and they'll understand it's all big hullabaloo out there.
I mean, again, I do believe that he was very charming.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he was charming at these events.
He was loud and threw his money around. I think that's just Wisconsin charm.
1977 Wisconsin charm is a tan suit, throwing your money around and being loud. Yeah, absolutely. That is it. That's all you need to do.
He brought, on one occasion, the surveillance team to breakfast for him, and this is when Gacy uttered his famous line. He's talking about his business, and he starts talking about Pogo the Clown, and this is when he says the famous line, clowns can get away with murder.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you'd be surprised we can get away with as a clown. A clown could probably get away with murder.
Interesting.
So basically, this kind of boils down to, John Wayne Gacy starts losing it. It starts to really take a toll on him.
How old is he here?
Surveillance.
35, I think.
So this is about, so we're looking at a 5-year span?
He's been doing this about 5 years.
Okay.
And so he finally shows up. He gets his, which we read from Defending a Monster by Sam Amarante, his defense attorney. He just shows up one night in the middle of the night, legitimately, because now he's being followed everywhere by police surveillance. His DA is trying to do whatever he can to file a what's it called?
Affidavit?
Well, a thing
search
against,
warrant. They're trying to find us out. What actually got them the search warrant finally was when it was in another act of arrogance. He invited the surveillance guys to come in, and
they smelled the house.
Well, one of the guys, what he did is he went and he took a piss and he flushed the toilet, and he just he's a homicide detective. He's like that's a dead body.
That's a dead body.
Like that's a dead body. And so finally on that, they finally were able to get the search warrant. For
and the DA
house.
was trying to set up a I just lost it again. A restraining order against the police for him, and then Gacy shows up in the middle of the night. They're supposed to have some dumb meeting that he set up to have with them because now that he has a defense attorney, he never shuts up. John Wayne Gacy is calling all day, every day, talking about the case, like dealing with it, and
with his defense attorney.
He shows up with these.
The defense attorney equated himself with John Adams.
Yes.
Well, by the way, it should be noted that this was this defense attorney's first case in private practice.
Yes.
He'd been a public defender before that, but this was his very first
case. And so Gacy shows up. He leaves the surveillance crew in the lobby because they can come into your lawyer's office with you because there's the whatever that is. The
attorney-client privilege.
Yeah. He comes in here. It's like he slaps the newspaper down the thing. He points to the picture of Rob Peace. He's like, this boy is dead. He's dead. That isn't the boy from the drugstore, but this boy is dead. He's in the river. And it turns into an all-night confession session where he tells
with his defense attorney.
Yeah, he's like, I have been the judge, jury, and executioner of many, many people. Now I'm going to be my own judge, jury, and executioner. Right. And he started doing this whole thing about how they have to let him do it his way.
Oh, fuck Judge Judy, by the way.
Oh,
John Wayne Gacy. Judge John Wayne Gacy's court. That's what I want to see. So you're telling me he stole your lawnmower, but you had it for 7 months. That's your lawnmower now.
It's your lawnmower now. Welcome, Judge Gacy. And so he then proceeds. He spills his guts, tells them everything. They're just looking at him. He then passes. He's so hammered because he shows up. He's so drunk. They're going out to do individual business. So there's two partners, the two DAs. One leaves. Left alone with John Wayne Gacy, who's passed out on top of himself in a chair. And he said he watched John Gacy stand up, raise his arms up like Frankenstein in the middle of sleep. He's obviously asleep.
Frankenstein's monster.
Walking around the room like Frankenstein's monster. He starts walking around the room like Frankenstein's monster in a sleepwalk pose.
Yeah.
And then goes back to sleep.
Yeah.
He's got a very
terrifying.
strange.
Yeah, very strange stuff indeed.
He then leaves there and goes to proceed. Tells everybody he knows that he's killed a bunch of people.
Right. Yeah, he's going from friend to friend, and he's telling them, I killed 30 some odd people, crying, hugging everyone.
They're going to kill me. These guys are going to kill me.
Right.
And then he gave a buddy a bag of joints. He had a bag of joints of his own stash. He gave it to his buddy.
Do you smoke them? That's the question. If John Wayne Gacy gives you a bag of joints, I would smoke one.
It's strong.
It has to be strong enough to allow
knock
your
out
brain.
A boy. Yeah.
No, the kid immediately took them to the surveillance tail
that was watching him.
Right.
The cop car that was watching him. And this is when Gacy starts getting really erratic. He's driving around with his rosary up to his chin. He's heading out to a graveyard. The police think that
to see his dad.
Yeah, to see his dad. That they think that Gacy's going to kill himself. So they end up arresting him on the marijuana charge. They arrest him for dispensing marijuana.
At this point, they're like, fucking get him in jail.
Yeah,
I just
for some reason. And
what about the fact that his whole house smelled like a corpse?
Well, this is what they did not get the real search warrant yet.
It could be. No, at this time, they were in the middle of getting the search warrant. Like this is
they just didn't have it yet.
Yeah, they didn't have it yet. And
you gotta wake up the judge.
They can't arrest him because, it could be erratic. Could be a dog.
God,
it is a different
He
time.
could just be having a psychological break and talking out of his ass. But then you watch him, finally you're like, all right, well, he had a shit ton of weed. We can arrest him on that. Let's just put him in a cooler. And then when they showed up in jail, he met up with Sam Amarante. Sam Amarante met him in the jail cell. And then Gacy turns around being like, I gotta get out of here. I can fake a heart attack, right? I can fake a heart attack to get out of here. And he's like, what? And then John he literally hits the ground, starts seizuring. They took him to a hospital. Like, he got himself out of jail again. He lied again and got himself out.
Right. Similar to how Bundy got himself out of there.
These guys are so good.
Yeah, they're just good in different ways.
Master manipulators.
I do want to see Amarante walking through the jail with like Superfly music playing. He's got the huge fuzzy bear hat on and shit. He's the coolest guy around.
I'm here to see JWG. What's going on, baby?
Yeah, baby. Oh, you can fake a heart attack, baby? Oh, yeah. Let me see you, freak.
That's a freak.
I love prison. I love the hospital. Just slamming fucking Jello.
They get the search warrant is in effect while Gacy is in prison. The first thing they do is go straight down to the crawl space. Within minutes, they just found putrefied remains.
Because he flooded it with water, too.
Well, he flooded it with water first. I mean, he just turned off his sump pump and thinking like, oh, that'll get him. And then they get there and they're like,
turn on the sump pump.
Just turn on the sump pump. And within minutes, they found an arm. And I love this image, is that the guy that was down there, the investigator, he found the arm and he turned around and he goes, charge him!
Yeah.
That's a great moment for a detective.
Absolutely. And John Wayne
Charge
Gacy,
him.
And so then John Wayne Gacy, thank God, never saw the light of day again.
Right.
No. He stayed in jail.
He did not have a good jail experience either.
I don't know.
He was great in jail. He got to paint the entire time.
And then he did actually become very religious and actually got to teach.
He was always technically religious.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they found all the bodies. They found the 25 in the crawl space. They finally arrested it.
Yeah, 25 in the crawl. No, 25 in the crawl space. One in the garage. One out near the barbecue pit. Where, by the way,
2 in the revolver.
I mean, then they found out a bunch of those bones were just rib bones from a rib roast.
Right. Which is confusing.
Yeah.
And this is amazing. Think about this for a second. Is that John Gacy was known for his parties?
Right.
This guy was out at his barbecue all the time. So all of these people that kept
dancing on top of a graveyard.
Yeah, they were dancing on a graveyard.
Well, I don't know what it is about that Mr. Gacy's house, but I could just really move in there. I feel like I can my feet move quicker.
So like the second half of Defending a Monster is basically you just like watch like Sam Amarante just be a total fucking piece of shit, doing everything he can to because he's trying to say that that first that John Wayne Gacy is insane because he said he was like he had multiple personality,
right?
And then they were like, no, that's fucking horseshit, that's not true. And then they tried to do so much different stuff trying to throw out the case.
One of the things that he tried is that he said that it's possible that all of these murders were accidental erotic asphyxiation.
Oh, yeah, they tried to do a whole thing.
Just maybe 33 accidents.
All those 14-year-old boys who just love that David Carradine adult sex.
They love to choke themselves until they come.
Totally into it at that age.
All of them do.
They're not just coming immediately if they see a tit. No. They need the hardcore stuff.
No. And so the trial goes on, and it goes on for a while. Like, it's a long trial.
Yeah.
And the defense attorney in his closing arguments, this is so dramatic, is that he goes through all of the victims. He has a big poster board up there, and he starts naming all the victims. And then he grabs a stack of photos of all the known victims, and they've got the door to John Wayne Gacy's crawl space in the courtroom as evidence.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
What a jury to be on. Holy Christ.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then Kunkel, he looked at the jury and he says,
Kunkel. Yeah, that was the prosecuting attorney. His name Kunkel.
Kunkel never won a case before.
Well, this was Kunkel's lucky day.
Yeah, if Kunkel can't win this case, he's just fired.
And so he turns to the jury. He's got a stack of photographs in his hand, and he said, I ask you, jury, to show the same sympathy this man showed when he took these lives and put them in there and threw the photos at the crawl space.
Oh my God, bravo. The first prosecutor getting roses thrown at him and shit.
It took less
than... New York Times was there to review it.
Then
one of the
Sam
best.
Amarante stand up and it was like, maybe he didn't do it.
But have you thought about that? Is that a door or is that a window? That's a door, Sam.
And it took less than 2 hours for the jury to go and find John Wayne Gacy guilty on 33 charges of murder.
And they wanted to give him 33 injections, too. They were like, that was like one of the...
too long.
What?
Less than 2 hours is too long.
4 minutes per charge.
That's right.
Guilty.
Yeah. Innocent on that one because I do think that boy won.
Yeah, because
I don't know what it was.
each one, because it wasn't just murder, it was also aggravated sexual assault.
How many counts was he with? How many counts did they hit him with total?
33 charges of murder. He was also found guilty of sexual assault and taking indecent liberties with a child.
Which
that was
also
both
was
in
another
reference
30.
to Robert Peace.
They were probably, each one is also,
So you have to hear, yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, it comes to sentencing, and once again, it takes less than 2 hours for them to decide to put his ass to death.
And so then he began his grandstanding from jail. He did countless interviews. We've played it with chunks of them before.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
he
thing.
He said that he had some knowledge of 5 of the murders.
By the end, he was totally denying everything.
Yeah.
And then his final words were, kiss my ass.
Yeah, he said that 28 of the bodies have been committed, 28 of the murders have been committed by employees who were in possession of keys to his house. He said This is a quote. Perhaps my biggest crime was running a cemetery without a license.
Ah, that's a great joke.
It's a great joke. He still had his sense of humor even till the end.
He should enjoy
But
himself.
of course, in America, when you get sentenced to death, you can really play that out for quite a while.
He did it for 15 years.
15 years in prison, so he died at 50 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he of course, this is when he became a painter.
Right.
His paintings sold from anywhere between $200 to $20,000.
And he got no profit off of this, though. That
No, he
just
did.
went to the victims?
No, he got the money
Is
went
this
to him.
what led to the law then that made
That's
it
why they burnt all his
illegal?
paintings when he was dying. When they put him into the death penalty, people
Right.
would buy the paintings and burn them.
Well, I know
Yeah.
it's illegal now for a prisoner to make profit off their crimes.
Yeah, he
So I
claimed
wouldn't be
his
surprised if
artwork
this
was
fine.
intended, quote, to bring joy into people's lives.
I mean, I want one.
Yeah,
That's the thing. I really want one, too.
I want one so bad.
Yeah.
The
That
one
is my prized possession. That's what I want so bad. I want a pogo. I want a real one. If
Yeah.
you got one, you get a line on one. Let us know. If you got anybody
Right.
that's making a sale of them, I want it.
You want them.
prices range anywhere from $195 for a painting of a bird to $9,500 for a painting depicting the seven dwarfs playing baseball against the Chicago Cubs.
You know,
And of course, they beat the fucking Cubs. Of
course.
The Cubbies always suck,
That's so
losing to
sad.
the Dwarves.
That's sad.
And the baseball
There's only
painting,
9 of them.
the baseball painting was able to get autographed by a lot of Hall of Famers.
That's
Hall of
hilarious.
Famers had no idea.
Sammy Sosa had
All
no
they
idea what he
knew-
was signing.
All they knew is that this is just a cute picture of the seven dwarfs playing baseball against the Cubs.
Isn't that something? Is that
great.
wrong? Is that wrong to want a painting from John
Yeah.
Wayne Gacy?
Yeah. Where there's, I mean,
Technically, yes.
that's very wrong.
but
yeah.
but it's just such a morbid piece of history. I just want it so fucking bad.
That's the thing. I don't. Yeah, it's weird. I'll have to figure
It's
that
got
out on my
power.
own.
Yeah, that's a thing that I'll just bring to a therapist.
Yeah, exactly.
and
So he's sentenced to death, and what
sentenced
kind of? Okay, do we want to talk about his prison life?
well, I mean, we pretty
Nothing
much
really happened
we've
there.
covered his prison life. You know, he just spent the whole time doing interviews. We talked. He had a couple of, I guess, dalliances with women, just like any famous
He
serial
had some
killer.
conjugal visits there.
I mean, no, he never actually had a conjugal visit.
You can't have conjugal visit on death row.
oh, okay.
Yeah, unless you're married.
Ah,
Yeah, which is how Ted Bundy was able to get the conjugal visit with his wife.
because he had to rape somebody.
Yeah,
yes.
he really did. He really had to pass that Bundy seed on.
Oh yeah, what a lucky seed it was.
And
That's a woman.
there are two of Bundy's children are out there.
I believe they're both
Or not
girls,
Bundy,
right?
not Bundy, Gacy. Two of Gacy's children are still out there.
Oh,
he had
okay.
two daughters with his first wife.
You know that there's no way they're attractive, right?
Ted Bundy's daughter is probably very attractive.
But Gacy's daughters.
I mean, you know.
If Gacy's daughters ever want to come forward and talk to last podcast,
No,
on
I
the
think
lap,
no. As a matter of-
After we just called them fucking pigs?
I think Gacy's daughter actually did very well. She was on the Drew Carey show. Mimi Bobek? Mimi Bobek? I think so. I'm on fire.
Burn her to the ground. It's a roast out there.
Yeah. Get out of town. Leave the town.
Yes, and so Bundy or Gacy was
You fucking
He is this guy every time. He's just raping girls. Gacy raped boys.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah, as Henry said, his last words were "kiss my ass." And in the strangest outcome, this is fascinating to me. The strangest outcome of the entire set of Gacy murders is that it led to the creation of the Amber Alert system.
Yes, really interesting because it used to be a 72-hour mandatory waiting period
Yeah.
upon like starting a missing persons report for a child.
Which is
and
totally
Sam
wrong.
Emirante did
Yeah,
it.
himself.
Sam Emirante made it real.
Starting
so
in, he
kind
set
of
the wheels
did
in motion
redeem
in
himself.
1984.
He did something.
Sam never worked again, but he did create the
God,
Amber
no.
Alert system.
He's still a
He's a
very
judge.
successful law practice.
Oh, is he
Or no,
successful?
yeah, he's a
I
judge
was sure
now.
that he is.
I think so.
He's a retired judge. He became a judge.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that his career was completely ruined after
No,
representing John Wayne
because he
Gacy.
did that. Because he made the Amber Alert system. It
kinda redeemed what he was doing.
In the end, he's a piece of shit, obviously, but he was doing a job. He was.
And he
Everybody
was also-
deserves. Everyone
Yeah.
deserves representation.
I was
in court.
talking to our friends.
I don't think he's that bad of a person.
No,
was
he's
talking-
just a shitty. He's just a piece of shit writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a very arrogant, but I think that people like
lawyer?
Sam
Arrogant? No.
I think people like Sam Amarante are very necessary to the American judicial
Yes.
system.
And I did talk to our friend Cena. He was on Top Hat there, the lawyer friend of ours, and he was saying saying that perhaps he used it as a tool to kind of set a precedent to get rid of like this. Like he threw all these defenses out in defense of John Wayne Gacy so that then they can not be used so powerfully with other people who are obviously sociopaths.
It's also interesting. He's saying from a defense attorney's standing point, it's an incredibly interesting case to take because you can throw anything at it.
Yeah,
you can go
right.
through the most obscure, weird fucking rules and ideas in like legal precedents, and you can make something interesting happen.
Well, he was thrown into this whole thing because at the beginning of the trial, how he first got involved in this is the first thing that like Gacy called him up and he says, "Sam, I need you to do me a favor."
Yeah,
right.
Because at this point, Gacy, all he wanted was the cops off his back. He was putting an injunction against the cops.
Inconvenienced by cops.
Yeah, he's like because they had confiscated his Oldsmobile. You know, he was driving his old shitty PMC truck. And so that was the only thing. So Gacy was being retained. Or Amarante was being retained by Gacy at the time of the murder. And Amarante says that if he hadn't already been retained, he wouldn't have taken the case.
He probably would have taken
He's
the
like,
case.
I probably wouldn't have done this because he knew. Like, it's funny. It's like he said, it's like, yeah, I know. He's like, knew my life was going to be a living hell, but you know, I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
he's the limelight.
That's what I love about Amarante is that
he's
is
a stage
prick.
hog.
He's a prick, but he is at least an admitted prick.
Yes.
He's I know. He's like, I know I'm kind of a bad person.
This was go out there, read the book, read Defending a Monster. It's a really interesting take on the serial killer genre. It is this. I love this fucking story. John Wayne Gacy is the ultimate killer.
It's fascinating. Don't get into a car with anyone who offers you a joint.
Just don't. You know,
if you're a kid, if you're one of
our
younger listeners,
uniform, look at the whole. I want the whole uniform. See the whole uniform. Look at his badge. Look for serial numbers on the badge.
And just, did you do anything wrong?
You know,
because if you didn't, then you don't
get into a cop's car.
If we have some younger listeners out there, and so be aware, be alert, and no, don't get into a car with anyone who offers you anything.
You're just going to be an ash treasure for a murderer.
So it's not good. It's not good. And ladies, if you can't go into all the rooms of her house, divorce your husband.
You got to marry. Yeah, exactly. If you can't go into the bedroom, it is a bad. Yeah,
it's bad. He's jacking off to a bunch of gay porn. He's gay. Let him go. Let him loose.
So we just want to end here on some.
But they did lethally inject him.
They did lethally inject him.
Did they do 1994.
Did they do the 33?
No, although his execution was painful. They fucked it up the first time.
Yeah, it got solid inside of him.
It got real solid, and it was a very painful death for him.
It got solid inside of him?
Yeah, the prison didn't know what they were fucking doing. And
Gacy's just like, I can just do this myself. I know exactly how to kill. Okay, can I just kill myself, please?
And in fact, based on that, on the experience with Gacy, there was a complete overhaul of the death penalty system in Illinois.
So there was some positive things.
A lot of shit came out of this, and it's an incredibly compelling story. It's the perfect example of American fucking psychopathological like behavior.
Yeah. Yep.
He's nuts. So before we also leave, I just wanted to plug something real quick. If you are in the Chicago area, we got a lot of friends living in the Midwest, a lot of people who listen to the show. Come see Murder Fist at the Chicago Sketch Comedy Festival on January 10th and 11th at 11 p.m. at Stage 773. If you want to come see me and the fucking Lizard and Big Fat Ed and Jackie do some stuff in Chicago, that's the time to see it.
And I'll tell you, you have to go see Murder Fist because they're the greatest sketch group ever. It's a full interactive experience, and it's absolutely hilarious.
You have to see them.
You'll be covered in blood if you do it right.
You will like it.
Yes, you will enjoy it.
Join the Facebook page.
Are you falling asleep? All right, Henry's hung over.
I'm dying.
All right, we got to end it.
So we're going to end on just
Marcus.
John Wayne Gacy singing in his beautiful tenor for prison Christmas choir.
This is truly John Wayne Gacy singing in a prison Christmas choir while he was doing time for his original sodomy charge.
Some people form a ragtag team, football team in prison.
No, he's singing songs. He's like an a cappella group. It's like Glee in there.
Yeah.
Negotiations.
Hail yourselves, everybody. Happy 2014. We're going to have a great year.
Hail Satan.
Halgeen. Oh, and go see Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Amazing.
It's great.
And in Gacy's head, he's just like, me!
Introducing Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa. With bright citrus, real red jalapenos, guajillo chiles. Usually, you add sauce to the food, but when the sauce is this good, the food is just there to get the sauce to your mouth. That rolled quesadilla, not a rolled quesadilla anymore. Now it's a sauce shovel. Taco Bell's jalapeno citrus salsa. Get it with any item on the Cantina chicken menu while it's here. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only. While supplies last. Contact store for availability.
Looking to scale your outcomes beyond search and social? Realize is Taboola's AI-powered performance platform, driving incremental growth by engaging high-intent users across a global network of 600 million daily active users on premium websites. Reach and convert your audience on premium websites and placements where your customers actually spend their time. For more information and to create your account today, go to realize.com/podcast.